I'm not usually one to get excited over trendy games or whatever the newest bandwagon is. I mean, 3 of my most recent videos are literally about games that have come out over 7 years ago. But last week I had a friend DM me about getting Lethal Company, and even though I had heard about the game, I knew basically nothing about it. I decided to go in blind anyways though. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? There's nothing over here! That's the worst that can happen. If you've never heard of this game, I can sum it up pretty easily in one sentence. Lethal Company is a game about sacrificing the lives of interns to benefit late-stage capitalism. What, was that too real? Your goal is simple in the game. Collect scrap. Each piece has a value, and then you can turn that in for money. You have a quota that you have to reach after a certain number of days, and any amount over that quota you can use to spend on gear to better your expeditions. It's simple, really. Dead simple, even.
Screw it, I ain't afraid.
Oh shit, I'm afraid!
Goodbye.
Yeah, in practice though, this game is anything but simple. It's actually quite brutal. The levels are dark, complex, and usually in disrepair, so scrap is quite hard to find. Doors are often locked and require either somebody in the control room on the ship to open, or need a key that's just as hard to find as everything else. Plus, inventory space is limited, and it gets even worse the more equipment you have. And yeah, as you'd expect, hauling giant metal objects doesn't really make you weigh the lightest. Oh, a cash register.
Ah, dude, cash register. Oh my god, this thing is heavy.
Cash.
Dude, picking up this thing by itself put me to 84 pounds.
Holy shit. Oh, and remember that quota I talked about earlier? Yeah, well, if you don't reach it in time, the company isn't gonna be too happy. And to be fair, neither are you in a minute.
No, you won't. No, you won't.
And what's more punishing? The fact that you're not alone. And I don't mean your crewmates. As you probably could tell already, the creatures that inhabit the places you go into aren't exactly the friendliest.
Close the door, close the door.
Yeah, I'm keeping it closed. Oh! Okay, apparently he can open the door. Every encounter is something different, and you have to stay on your toes, ready to face any challenge the game throws at you, whether that be by exploiting a weakness, finding a creature's faults, avoiding it entirely, or just by hitting it with a stop sign. And that works on your friends, too. We both mauled them! We both mauled them! And speaking of which, your friends are your crewmates who aid you along on your journey. They keep you company, help out on excursions, and make you laugh really hard when they do stupid shit.
There, I got you.
And I'm gonna see if I can go to the right, and then I'm gonna go, oh, there's a vent here, I don't know about you.
This fool can't open doors.
Oh, he's dead.
I'm stuck. And the more people you have, the more strategy you can have with it. Sometimes it makes more sense for your party to all go in at once, maximizing the haul. Other times it makes sense to split up and have one in the control room on Overwatch, one who runs in and finds scrap, one who takes the scrap and loads it onto the ship, and one who dies all the time because they can't make a simple jump over a railing. And yeah, that was me most of the time.
You got this. Oh. Krem did not, in fact, got that.
But yeah, stupidity really isn't the main selling point of this game, even though it seems like it some of the time. Rather, the thing that really captivates most people is how absolutely terrifying this game is. This game does horror so damn well, hell, I'd argue it's downright the perfect horror game. Now, if you know me, you know that I probably sound a bit hypocritical right now, because yeah, it's true, I don't really like horror games. I've said it many times before, and I'll say it again. So why do I enjoy this game? Well, it's because Lethal Company isn't a horror game. Or at least, it's not a horror-first game. The reason I don't like a majority of horror games is because they're cheap scares. Five Nights at Freddy's is a perfect example of this, as the gameplay literally revolves on you getting jump scared. The only gameplay it has is either watching to know when you're about to get scared, or preventing it from happening for a short period of time. But there's no progression, no logical strategy, and even death is often only a minor setback. The point of the game is to literally get scared, and that's it. Many other trendy horror games are just like this, games where the only point of owning them is just so you can see your friends scream when you force them to play it. But that's not really fun. That's not a game that makes me want to keep playing. What's the point of buying a game that you actively don't want to play? In contrast, Lethal Company isn't like this at all. Horror in this game comes second to the gameplay, and that's why its horror works so well. You don't feel scared because of a cheap jump scare. You feel scared because the game puts you in an environment that you feel like you're not supposed to be in. There's noises that don't make sense, areas that you can't see into, and at worst, you're alone in a place you don't know your way around. It's not horror because of the anticipation of being scared. It's horror in the response to being scared. And then just when you start to know your way around and feel safe, your senses, the only thing that allows you to know when things are safe, gets stripped away from you bit by bit. The lights go out when you disconnect the power, your radio dies and you can't hear your friends, and closing doors and roaming enemies means that your direction gets flipped around. Suddenly, all the senses that got you to this point are taken away, and the only sense you're left with is dread. And horror doesn't just come from the environment. Lethal Company does a lot to make sure you value your life. When you die, you lose all your items, you get fined, and you lose valuable time. Sometimes I don't get scared because there's a monster about to kill me. I get scared because there's a monster about to kill me, and that's gonna set my progress back a ton.
Right. It's alright. It was just a little oopsie
You can't
daisy.
see it, but I have my head in my hands.
We were
doing so well.
It was oops. It was an oopsie.
It's not a game where you can just run into danger and expect to come out unscathed. You have to plan your moves and attacks, take only what you need, and when you're about to die, you know that you're about to start from scratch all over again. The sheer anxiety and fear you get when you know you're on the clock, you know there's danger in there, and you know you might lose anything, but yet you still have to go in there anyway.
Alright, we going back in?
Do we have any other option? Fire escape? There's more to do with the fire escape.
Yeah, let's go.
And that's what makes this such a good horror game, because you actually want to live. And having that intense desire to survive combined with the absolutely chilling atmosphere, it's what makes such a good horror game. There's no cheap scares, no shitty mechanics, just you, your friends, your senses, and your will to live. Well, unless your will to live is non-existent.
Oh no. Start it.
But hey, at least you still have your friends, right?
Look at me. Ooh. I ain't afraid of no tarantula. I ain't afraid. Help me.
You know what? Never mind. Look, the crewmates are just what tops everything off in this game, because it adds safety. In a game where nearly everything is terrifying, having people around who can help you is damn near necessary for this game. Otherwise, the stress and anxiety would just cause everyone to have a heart attack. It's really nice to have people helping you, especially when somebody's in the control room being Overwatch. Unless that person being Overwatch has no sense of direction.
Oh shit, I'm in the back rooms. Where the hell do I go?
Go left. Go straight right there. Okay, down there.
Oh. Oh! Can't do that.
Turn left. Right. Okay, good. No, stop. Go down that way. Turn right. No, go back. Down. Go straight. Let's go straight. Run.
Door locked. Where?
Keep going. Turn left. Turn right.
Fuck!
Go straight. Turn right. No, left.
God damn it!
Go through the door. Just run to the door. Get out.
Fuck you! Oh my god!
But this leads to the other reason why friends are important. The humor. Going from being terrified to laughing your ass off when your friend does something stupid, it breaks up the constant terror of this game and makes you want to come back. I'm not terrified every second I play, and even when things get hairy, it can still sometimes be funny.
I am stuck. Oh, it's in here! Why did you block it off? Oh, he's dead. Well, I can't move any of this. So that's fun. Yeah, it's in here.
The humor is the reason why I can play for hours on end and still want to play again tomorrow. It's just such a perfect game when it comes to horror. It does everything right. It's scary, but it isn't cheap. It's frightening, but it's rewarding, and it's terrifying, but hilarious. It has the perfect balance that so many trendy horror games get so wrong. It's scary, yes, downright nightmarish at times, but that's not all it is. It's a game that does its job at being scary, but is still fun while you do it. And that's what makes me love this game so much, despite my absolute hatred for games related to it. Lethal Company is one of the few trendy horror games that I absolutely, wholeheartedly, 100% recommend. And so with that, I think it's about time I take my leave. Lethal Company is a fantastic game that I absolutely will play again, because that quota's gotta get reached somehow. Just maybe not the smart way.
Well, seeing as how we have to meet a profit quota.
Did he just die?